Yo, what's going on for all the people that catch it, you know what I'm saying, after I'm done with it. I don't usually have too many people in at the beginning, you know what I'm saying? So this video, I've been itching to talk about this one because Jada got shit fucked up. I'm talking about Pinky. I'm not listen. I'm all about defending those who you feel need to be defended based on BS. I went through that last year. People that know me know that. One thing I've noticed, no, not one thing I noticed. I talked about stuff that was personal to me. As I'm talking about the personal stuff going on with me, there are people out there who choose to take that personal information that is 100% not funny and they use it against you, knowing that you're going to get pissed and then try to spin it and then make it look like you're the reason why I said this bullshit that should have never been said. You sensitive, this, that, no third. It ain't that serious. Let it go. And everybody saw that shit with me last year. So if I sat here and say that's what happened, and then the video that I'm speaking on now leans toward what I said, I'm not even gonna sit here and say, "Yep, I told you." Right? What I'm saying is the people on the other side, when they sit there and they prey on whatever it is that you did or was done to you, obviously they never liked you because the ones that fuck with you are not going to take that route. So, for example, Will, right? He smacked Chris Rock. Okay, cool. Tasteless, shameful move. You know what I'm saying? Just not smart. Every man and woman on the planet can understand that he did something stupid as hell. We all understand that. But when you're dealing with something personal and people take shots at it, regardless of what everybody else, fuck what everybody else thinks. That's the reason why Will is in the situation he's in because people are sitting here listening. He's sitting here doing something that he felt needed to be done. He did it the wrong way, but his intentions for it were not wrong. So the act was wrong, but the intent behind it wasn't. Hopefully people can understand that. That's some common sense stuff that just that's everyday life. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? You can have two separate ways that not two separate ways, but you can break up how a situation went down. Some people it's just, oh, he did it and that's that. Fuck him up. You know what I'm saying? Like just dog pile on him. Okay, fine. But there are other ways to view it. He did what he did, but you do understand that there is always going to be intent behind what it is that you did. Why did you do it? All right. Now, this is funny to me. I just want to do it now and get it out the way. Mav Hoffa, right? I used a piece, literally a piece of one of his older episodes he had, right? Recently, him and the crew sitting there talking about the smack. I ain't watched the whole thing yet. I still got to get through it. But as I'm watching it though, because I was watching it earlier before I got on, yo, he said, Matt, man, wow, like just man, that I'm sorry, even Will would have to laugh at this. He'd have to. Like this is how funny it is to me. And I don't like Google Chrome. It's be freezing. Can't open nothing up. Okay, here we go. Hold up. Yeah, okay. Okay. So I'm not even going to play the beginning. Everybody just knows what it is with this situation. If you don't know nothing about it, you've been living under a rock. You know what I'm saying? Like where the hell have you been at? You know what I'm saying? Like this is crazy. You everybody knows what's going on. So Let's go ahead and just this. It's real short too. Just man, I don't know. He got me on this one.
We thought that when they called him the Fresh Prince, it was about what he was wearing. No.
Why they called him that?
Because he will leave a pair of fresh prints across the side of your face if you violate.
Man, come on. Yo, listen. We all thought that the Fresh Prince was just all about what he wore and how he dressed. No, one more time.
That when they called him the Fresh Prince, it was about what he was wearing. No.
Why they called him that?
Because he will leave a pair of fresh prints across the side of your face if you violate. Across the side of your face if you violate.
Oh my God.
Fresh Prince.
Willis from Philly.
Yo. I'm sorry, man.
The Fresh Prince.
We all thought.
When they called him, we thought that when they called him the Fresh Prince,
okay,
it was about what he was wearing. No.
Why they
call him that?
Because he will leave a pair of fresh prints.
They called him that.
Because he will leave a pair of fresh prints across the side of your face.
Why they called him that?
Yo, man, come on. I gotta let it go. I can't keep doing this. I can play this all night.
What he was wearing.
Last song.
Him. We thought.
Last one.
That when they called him the Fresh Prince, it was about what he was wearing.
Why they call him?
No.
Why they called him that?
Because he will leave a pair of fresh prints across the side of your face if you violate.
Listen, I don't care what nobody says, him included. Look, man, that is hilarious. That's it. Now, let's just get out of that. Now, I wanted to honestly prove, right? Just everybody, look, people have been saying it for years, and it's the truth. Because you take information that you don't have, right? And information that you don't have, you can apply it to whatever it is you want to talk about. You know what I'm saying? So it's like basically it's like it goes with anybody. If you don't know nothing about something, don't open your mouth talking about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, what business do you have to talk about something that you don't have proof on? Okay, cool, right? So you just looking at the acts, you know what I'm saying, individually, right? And the stuff just, one thing after another, after another, after another. It's like 4 or 5 things, and the shit just keeps going. It's going to look that bad. The information that I just said you did not have, when you get that new info and you apply it to everything else that came after it, obviously, or not obviously, because it could have been that piece of information happened before the incidents. It could have happened after. If it was before, you can attach it to that piece that you just found out about, and it's like, damn, it clicked like that. Okay, here we go. I forgot I had it open. Hold up. This is proof beyond a shadow of doubt. Jada don't love that man. And the only reason they got married was because she was pregnant. I just said something about adding information to the insulting things that somebody could do. Well, guess what? We didn't like what Jada did, right? but we already heard about this, open relationship that they formed. At that point, all you're doing is wrecking your brain like, okay, well, what the hell? Open relationships usually don't end well. Why do you think the average fucking person doesn't have one? See, I'm not stupid. Said this before. I look at things from a common sense perspective. No man in the United States of America is going to walk down the aisle with a woman that deliberately said, I don't want to marry you. Dudes get ripped to shreds for not even staying in contact with a woman that's pregnant. It's always the black man this and the black man that. It's like, okay, look, I'm not arguing what is done, what has taken place. I'm not arguing that aspect of it, and I'm not arguing, the many, many times it's occurred. It is what it is. Numbers don't lie, right? Okay, well, again, I'm not walking down the aisle with a woman that I love, but then, he knows this. People get married. They don't get married because they hate each other. They don't get married because somebody's mama, grandparent, uncle, whoever the fuck it is, king, queen, whatever, told them to do it, regardless if the man didn't want to do it or not. Like I said, the black man's always getting ripped for not wanting to have a relationship. He wanted to have one, and the woman cried about not wanting to marry him because she was pregnant. Goddamn mama pushed them into it. Not him, but pushed them into it. Well, no, she did push him into it because, see, this is what I'm saying. People could look at Will and be like, he's overly sensitive. What the fuck? Like a real man wouldn't have did this, that, and the third. And it's like, come on, man. Like, everybody doesn't deal with the same things the same way. All right. So that's that piece of information you didn't have. Now everything starts to add up. There's an open relationship that's formed. I just read an article from last year. Will doesn't even approve of that. Jada's side of the family does. He doesn't. So she's pregnant. Well, Will's doing a responsible thing. Obviously, they were dating before she got pregnant, right? I mean, come on, man. They met one day. She got, they had sex, whatever. First night, second night, whatever. And then boom, she gets pregnant, and now they about to get married, and they have no connection whatsoever. Man, come on, man. Like, seriously, that don't even make sense. She didn't want to do it. She made him get into an open relationship because by not doing that, it's already ruined at the jump. It's already ruined because she don't want to marry you. But now it adds fuel to the fire. She didn't want to marry you. And then on top of that, she wants to have an open relationship. Like, get the fuck out of here. But here's the problem. He agreed to it. Things have taken place from, what I've heard between both of them. But guess what? This is why you 100% need to stand behind your own shit. Because if you agree to do some dumb shit that you already knew you did not want to do, now you're going to be a target. Men are going to get 10 times harder for agreeing to do some shit that they knew they should have never did. A woman is not going to get beat down the same way a man would. Right? You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to know better. Men don't do dumb shit like that. Men don't follow behind people. Men don't agree to do shit that they don't want to do. That's not what a real man does. You'll get that type of talk. Right? So, here we go.
Esther Perel is coming to the table. She's going to be at the red table. Would you say she has been instrumental in you and I redefining our relationship?
Woman, sit your ass the fuck down. Are you serious? Again, here we go. This is after the red table with August Alsina. So, in that video, you could see how painful it was to have to hear about what his woman did on social media. Why the fuck? Okay, again, she didn't want to marry you. She was pregnant. She didn't want to marry you. The mama forced you into that. They believe in open relationships. He doesn't. So if he gets a woman pregnant and he has to take care of it, like, you know what I'm saying, like all black people say it, you know what I'm saying, he should do, he's doing that. And he's still getting ripped for it. Why is he getting ripped for it? Well, a real man wouldn't have did no shit like that. Well, guess what? We look, a bunch of people crying, complaining about black men not, you know, taking care of their responsibilities by a woman who got pregnant and all that shit. He does the opposite and he's still getting ripped for it. He's doing what everybody cries about black people supposed to be doing. He does it, and he's getting killed for it. And Jada's a fucking clown. You know what it is? See, she's been like that for a minute, right? I wonder if that fucking Matrix movie put her shit up there so high. Her ego was just like through the roof. Woman, ain't nobody watching that movie like that. Just like nobody was watching anything that she did before. We're in an open relationship because that's what Jada wanted. On top of not wanting to marry him, he don't want look. He don't want nothing to do with this bullshit. But it's about the family dynamic. That's what he cares about. So it's like with him, if you can already tell that happens. He wants a family out of it. He's not doing the typical bullshit that a lot of guys do. And she took advantage of it. Okay, I don't want to marry you. Guess what? Now we going to agree to an open relationship. Let me show y'all the article that I, you know what I'm saying, ran across. Let's see. Will Smith confirmed. Yeah, all right. So hold on, let me go up. Okay, let's see here. BuzzFeed News. Okay, hold on. We can just read along together. All right, hold on. Here we go. Article. Okay. Gonna load. Because in this article, it's like breaking down from last year. All right. So here we go. Well, you know what? No, play this first.
I would say don't just start filming me without asking me.
Oh my goodness.
If you could film me.
Astaire, come help us again.
Boom. Okay, so the first part is, like I said, this was after the red table shit, right? You knew that you were making him feel like trash on that show. You know what I'm saying? His eyes were so damn watery, it didn't make no goddamn sense. But also, peep this. Why would he be crying about an open relationship that he already agreed to? Why would he be doing that? I'm going to tell you why. Because that entanglement bullshit. Okay. See, when I'm talking about something, I'm break that shit the fuck down. It is what it is, man. I don't give a damn what nobody says. There's always a reason for why shit go down. So let me see. Where we at? Here we go. Okay. Man. Yo, this open relationship entanglement shit is about to be broke the fuck down. Okay, so let's see. Let's do open first. Okay. Open relationships. Okay, so I'm gonna do that first. So let's see here. Copy. Hold on, let me see. Definition. Here we go. Rules. Boom. You do not make somebody cry by being honest. You can, but if there is an agreement between two people, especially the two individuals that are married, come on, man. Like, okay. Let's see. Let's read that part. because there's another part that I wanted to read too. All right, hold up. Boom. All right, let me switch the screen real quick. I'm not checking out the comments. No doubt, no doubt. Hold up. It's not showing for a reason. Stop. Okay, no, there it is. No, I'm saying, yeah. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, this is why I've been saying Will did what he did because of her. He loves her, which is why he wanted to get married. She didn't. You don't obviously love the person enough to say that. You know what I'm saying? That's a weak ass, man. There's no way for her to defend anything. Everybody know now. It's like a fucking puzzle with all these pieces missing. Now we can put the shit together. There's no hating when you can sit here and take the information that's been provided and it's 100% truthful. Like, how am I wrong? I'm not. Don't blame me for the fact that the motherfucker's doing this shit. That ain't my problem. Yep. And also, I think I just said this. He's making it bad for himself also. Like I said, that whole manly thing, it has nothing to do with being manly. It has something to do with being compatible. He was not compatible with her. Fuck a damn pregnancy. A pregnancy does not mean y'all are compatible. It actually is going to make the shit worse. Because if you really don't want to be with somebody and you get pregnant by that dude, come on, man. Like, this is common sense. This is why I always talk about common sense, because motherfuckers don't use it. You know what I'm saying? So, let's do this. Let's play it up.
Please. I'm still dealing with foolishness.
No, because she don't just.
Hold on, back up.
You know, Esther Perel is coming to the table. She's going to be at the red table.
Now, why the fuck are you mentioning your therapist? Why are you mentioning a person that could have helped y'all fix the situation before the red table? Before the red table. This, mind you, this is after it. Why the fuck are you bringing up a therapist after you know what I'm saying? And then, again, why would a man cry about somebody telling them about an entanglement? Okay. Hold on. Open relationships. Come on. Okay, let's just do this part first. What are the rules of an open relationship? All right, I'm gonna read them. What are the rules of an open relationship? The rules of an open relationship: negotiate your sexual boundaries, define your emotional boundaries. Safe sex is a must. Be honest. Schedule check-ins with your partner. Don't forget about your relationship. Okay, negotiate your sexual boundaries. Be honest. Define emotional boundaries. Okay, I just read what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, she didn't do negotiating, right? No, she didn't do negotiating, right? Because if they did, this shit would have never been as bad as it was. Define your emotional boundaries. What'd she say on the show? She felt broken and she was like, yada yada yada. And it's like, okay, define your emotional boundaries. You're not aware of how he feels about something. You're just talking about you. Yeah, we had problems back in the day. Okay, all couples do. All couples don't bring in another dude and then make it seem like, oh no, he's just there because her and Will were helping. She threw his name into it and then fucked the guy and didn't tell him until they got on social media. You didn't bring up no therapist. You didn't tell him this is who I'm messing with. You didn't tell him that. Okay? And then strike 3, you wait after you fuck him to tell him on the show. Really? Because here you go. She's going to say it right here, I think. Because I know I was just watching it. Okay, not that one. Damn, I was just looking at it. Oh, let me go back. Let me see. I know I was watching it. Okay, first. Shit. I don't know. I must have forgot. Anyway, okay, so that's open relationship, right? Now, excuse me. The main thing about that is both parties, right? You guys have to come to an agreement about what it is that's going on, right? You can't set that up and then go do what you want to do. He don't know about it. You come back and tell him, well, we had an agreement. Okay, that's true. Did you tell me that's what you were doing? No, the fuck you did not. You didn't do that. You just brought him in and made it seem like, oh, yo, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, we're here to help. Yeah, help fuck him and not tell my husband about it. That's cheating. What did I just say about the rules of it? You have to negotiate this. You have to negotiate that. Boundaries, safe sex, being honest. What of all those things did she do? None. And if she did it because it's going to make her feel better and look better. It's going to make Will look like an ass. Yeah, see how weak he is? I told him I didn't want to marry him, and he still did it. I'm saying this from her standpoint. Yeah, okay, well, you're forcing me to get married. Nobody forced you. Oh, wait, my bad. Your own mama forced you to do it. What the fuck does that got to do with Will? Oh, I forgot. That's what her family is about. Jada never wants to get married. That's not what she wants to do. I'm not saying for a few years. I mean, ever. She don't want to do it. Right? Entanglement. It's a silly entanglement. Hold up. Here we go. Definition of entanglement, right? A complicated or compromising relationship or situations. Okay. A complicated or compromising relationship or situation. Okay. Compromising. Oh. Let's see. Compromise. Consistent of, be made up of. Not that one. Basically, it nothing good comes from compromising anything. It's like being prosecuted. I did a video about that. Prosecution is basically saying you did something wrong. Nothing good comes from being prosecuted. Period. Nothing. You're being prosecuted because you did something wrong. Common sense. That's what that is. Okay. Entanglement, right? A complicated or compromising relationship or situation. Okay. Let's see. Hold up. Entanglements, compromising. All right. Yeah, that's entanglement, right? Complicated or compromising. The goddamn, seriously, the relationship was compromised because of what she didn't want to do. It was compromised when she was crying about it. That's when it was compromised. The moment he agreed to, you know what I'm saying, marry her, his whole entire marriage is going to be compromised by what he did and what she didn't want to do. All right? Like this is bullshit. Okay? But back here, the rules of open relationship. Define your emotional boundaries, negotiate your sexual boundaries. What did she negotiate when August came into the picture? Did she tell him about that? No, obviously she didn't, because he looked like he wanted to cry on the show. Negotiate your sexual boundaries. What did she do? She didn't negotiate shit. She just did it. She did it. You know what I'm saying? I think he might have been there still a little bit, but that's beside the point. You didn't tell your husband about what it was that you were doing. You didn't tell him. You just went and fucked this guy and then got on social media talking about, you know, he's basically part of the reason why. You know, I was broken and I really needed to do this. Well, what you really needed to do was not be so fucking like blatantly an ass about what you did. She basically was making it sound like she had a reason for cheating. But guess what? Cheating does not go in hand with an open relationship, because it's kind of hard to cheat on somebody when the point of the open relationship is to have sex with somebody else outside of your marriage. That's what that is. Open relationships. She was supposed to tell him that. Nah. What did she do? She didn't even hint at what was going on. She brought this motherfucker around him, fucked that dude, and then embarrassed him on social media. Are you fucking kidding me? Really? Let's see. Okay. Right. Hey, look. Like, mind you. She loves Pac so much that she talks about him in a way that she should be talking about the husband that she has. Not had, she currently has. All this shit that you're saying about him, and it's not like you're not supposed to say it, but the emotional shit that you're saying could be aimed in a different direction. It can go both ways, but you don't just sit there and say something. He agrees with you, so that way if some shit go down, guess what? He can't defend himself on it. What am I defending? I agreed to this. Jada knows what she's doing. She knows that he's not this aggressive ass dude. She knows, yes, I'm gonna do right by the woman that a lot of black men do not do anyway. He went beyond what was supposed to be done, and she fucked him over anyway. She fucked him over anyway. Negotiate your fucking sexual boundaries. Guess what? Her type of negotiating is bringing a man into a situation that my husband agreed upon. Fuck him. And then basically, I'm going to tell him what I did. I'm going to make him feel even worse about it because I didn't tell him what I was going to do. And then I'm going to make it even worse because I'm going to bring the man around me. And he was around both of them for a minute. That's her negotiating tactic. I'm going to fuck you over because you agree with something that I know you don't want to do. Yeah, but guess what? If I read it wrong, I think Homeboy just came out with a song talking about it. And unless I read that wrong, but you know what? I can actually just look that up. Let me see. Because maybe I read it wrong. It might be an old post. Here we go. Let's see what we got. All right, I could have swore he did something. Let's see, song. Is this it? No. Nope. Yeah, because I cannot remember where I saw it. I saw it somewhere. Okay, let me see. Song news. All right, yeah, bet. Here we go. It's called The Root. August Alsina seemingly addresses entanglement with Jada Pinkett Smith in new song. This is a day ago. What? That man went on that stage and slapped Chris Rock because he's already been dealing with so much shit. It's like, you know what? I gotta do what I feel a particular man would do. It's not, I'm not saying you were supposed to do it. But people with emotions, when you fuck with them like that for years, eventually you're going to snap. Oh, hold the fuck up. Wait a minute. I forgot about this shit. Oh, Chris Rock is the good guy, right? He didn't do nothing wrong. Let's just say that's a fact. He told a joke. It was a dumb one, but whatever. Put Will in his place. And they're at the Oscars. They're taking pictures. He looks at her and he's like, okay, same outfit she had on that night. He looks at her while they're having pictures taken. Oh, you know, I love the way you're, you know, the way you're dressed, the way you smell, the whole 9 yards. Things you would say typically to your wife, right? He's saying all these things. Oh, you look so beautiful. She's like, thank you. And it's like, you know, I can't wait until I see you in that new G.I. Jane movie. I'm telling you, if he'd have said that shit, man, people probably would have been dying. Like, oh, he finally stuck it to her. That's not his mentality. His mentality is that, you know what? If he did it, we all know he got bashed for it. Why are you sitting here joking about how she looks with her hair? You knew better. You know the situation. You know how it was making her feel, and you made the joke anyway. Really? Will's never done that. But Chris Rock made a movie about black women in their hair and made funny ass jokes, you know what I'm saying, in it. I've never seen the movie. I'm just hearing what women said about it, right? So Will is a more stand-up dude than Chris Rock is. You already made a movie talking about how, you know what I'm saying, jokes and shit in their hair, right? And how black women feel about their hair anyway. You made a movie about it. Will's never done nothing like that. You make the movie, you cracked on Jada before, after that, and then you at the Oscars saying what you said about about her on stage. About a joke that, oh man, it's not that serious. Okay, well, put Will in his place and tell me if it's the same thing. Why would her husband do that? You know what I'm saying? He wouldn't. That's not what a husband's supposed to do. But a wife in an open relationship and is supposed to tell you things about that shit does not do anything that involves the rules of an open relationship. She just threw that shit away. So you guys agree on an open relationship, but you don't tell him about the guy you're fucking. Well, guess what she could say? I never wanted to marry him anyway. Yo, man, like, come on. This is beyond fucked up. This broad sitting around, look, man, don't nobody care about no goddamn, you know what? What's the title of this? Yeah, this is a real life, low down, you know what I'm saying, messed up shame. Like, this is a goddamn shame. This is pathetic. This is sad. It is. He's trying to do right by the woman that he's married. You know, he's trying to do right by the woman that was pregnant by him. He's trying to do right by, you know, committing the act that put them together as husband and wife. That's what he did. Nobody told you to do that. Nobody told Chris Rock to say what the fuck he said either. Right? You took time out of your shit on stage to crack a joke about a woman whose man is sitting right there. And her man has to sit there while I tell him I had sex with somebody and not feel wrong about it because they already agreed that's what we're going to do. We agree upon that. The agreement is such and such. I'm still not going to tell you what I did, though. Now, guess what? Now he's the fucked up one. She's already fucked up for, you know what I'm saying, bringing it up. But not really, because her whole family don't believe in that shit. They don't. At all. So if her family, or at least her, doesn't agree to it, how could her mother force her into a relationship knowing her daughter does not agree to be married? Why would you push your daughter into something that she don't want to do? That's some like real fucked up narcissistic shit. You don't know nothing. You didn't know, unless I again read it wrong. She cried. She didn't want to get married. The mom is like, oh, I'm gonna pressure y'all. Okay, this is your daughter, grown ass motherfucking woman, right? Most parents, when what I'm saying, they don't agree upon something, then it's like, no, they could, and an argument ensues, or they don't, and an argument still ensues. It's like, how are you going to force your daughter that you know for a fact does not want to marry this man? Why would you force her to marry him? What would you gain out of making that decision? What? Come on, man. Like, really? Everybody like, nah, he should have went and smacked Alcina. Well, it's kind of hard to do that when the motherfucker's not in your presence. You see what I'm saying? See, that bitch ass dude did what he did. You notice he stayed the fuck away after she said all that. Where you at now? That's some clown shit. People have been talking about his son, daughter, him, and Jada. And he's defended all of them the whole time. But the head one next to him is like, I don't care anyway. This is your problem. And he's stuck there. He's choosing to be stuck. Everybody is agreeing with him that, look, everybody's on the side of, man, please kick that broad out the door. Seriously, man. Come on. I heard D.L. Hughley said something about, look, they ain't together because of, what I'm saying, her finances, the shit that she's done. I think he's one of the, what I'm saying? Like, I think he might be the only one. I don't know. But he might be the only actor in history that I'm aware of that's about to have 3 different series of movies. 3. A series of them. The first series, 3, 4, 5, 6. The second one, so many. The third one, so many. It's been confirmed, I think, he's going to do another I Am Legend. And everybody loves I Am Legend. Don't nobody talk about no low down dirty shame. You didn't even have the role on the Matrix because Aaliyah already had it. Mm-hmm. Yep. What's good? I'm just sitting here getting at this clown. I'm sorry, man. It's clown ass broad named Jada. Listen, I'm not even calling her Jada Pinkett Smith. You're just Jada Pinkett. You didn't want to marry this nigga anyway. So why would I call you by the name you're disrespecting? Seriously? You ain't getting no common courtesy from me. You ain't getting shit. Jada Pinkett Smith. I'm saying, and then the fucking letter. A lot of people are saying she didn't write it, and I can understand why they would say that. I don't even know. She never confirmed that she did it, right? But let's just say that she did. What girl is? She was born in 2000. Pac died years before her. Years, multiple. You were born in 2000. They're saying that she wrote this shit in 2011. She was around 11 years old. So at that point, let's see, 3 years she was born. All right, 14 years. 14 years at that point when she wrote the letter. 14 years is how long Pac had been gone. But you're talking to him, like I said, because a lot of people don't believe it. But if it's true, why are you talking to a man that never had any sort of sexual relations with your mom, right? They were never in a relationship. They don't have kids. Everything that I just said is what's going on currently in the family. You're not supporting your dad if that's the case. You talking about a motherfucker you never met. Come on, man. And it's like, you know what I mean? But this is what, honestly, I'd have left her dumb ass over this one. Man, like, are you serious? The birthday. This is the fucking icing on the cake. 40th birthday. She said it. I was going through a midlife crisis type thing. She started to go through one. Excuse me. You know what? I'm better at playing it than saying it. So where are we at? Okay, yeah. Let's just play it. Let it go.
Would you say she has been instrumental in you and I redefining our relationship?
No, because your dumb ass redefined it. But anyway.
I would say don't just start filming me
Hmm?
without asking me
Oh my goodness.
if you could film me.
Astaire, come help us.
You embarrassed the fuck out of this guy. And then you have the nerve and audacity to see that it's still bothering him, and you still start recording it. Yeah, though that's what a woman does, right? That's what a wife does, right?
Us again, please.
I'm still dealing with foolishness.
Don't. No, she. Yeah.
How are you still dealing with foolishness? You're the fucking reason the foolishness exists. Again, he's his own man, so he has to sleep with he has to, he has to deal with the shit that he agreed on, right? Carry on.
Because she don't just.
Would you say that she helped us heal the hurts that we caused between one another?
My social media presence.
You notice he didn't say nothing. She's talking about the first time. Did she help? He didn't say yes or no. Okay. Well, would you say that she did this? He still didn't answer it. And what did he say after that?
Is my
Does heal the hurts that we caused between one another.
my social media presence is my bread and butter. Because she don't just.
Would you say that she helped us heal the hurts that we caused between one another?
My social media presence is my bread and butter.
Also, one last thing. You don't have the right to sit here and pick a therapist that you go to, right? And then you go to the therapist. I don't think she went to the therapist before this Alcina shit. You know what I'm saying? She said something about the red table and yada yada yada. And it's like, oh, okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do you dirty, right? And then my therapist is going to come in to help both of us as if we're both the problem. Before Alcina, probably so. After, you know what I'm saying, the crying down the aisle and I didn't want to marry him. Yeah, no doubt. You know what I'm saying? But it's like you bring in your therapist to help Will with some bullshit you did. Did you go to your fucking therapist after you married a man that you did not want to marry? No, they've been married for almost 30 years, and we didn't hear shit until 2018. Okay. I'm just saying a lot of people need to feel more sympathetic towards Will. I'm telling you, because Chris Rock came out and said something about some PTSD shit for being picked on so much, being that he was a kid. Okay, well, PTSD, it's affecting you because of the shit that happened to you before. It's not about the years, it's just about the actions. Right? So why can't that apply to Will? The slapping part? No. The intent behind it? Yes. If it bothers Chris, why the fuck doesn't it bother Will? How many times have we heard Chris Rock's family being bashed? How about, I don't know if he's married or not, but if he was, how do you think he would take it if his wife came out and said, yeah, I've been sleeping with somebody that's basically been with us for the last God knows how many months? If Alcina came into the picture, came into the picture, they had sex like 3 weeks later. That's just on some, okay, I'm just trying to maintain. You know, there's some validity possible, you know, that could not make her look good and not obviously make Will look good. It's not going to make him look bad at all, right? But it'll ease what Jada did because it happened so quickly. Alcina was with these two for months. Yeah, you didn't want to marry me. That's what I told you. I'm not gonna tell you that I fucked somebody that's been around both of us and then has the fucking nerve to say, we're helping him. How the fuck did he help you fuck that guy? I'm listening. How? How does an open relationship that involves entanglement make your situation, makes your marriage better before the shit happened? I need somebody to tell me that. How does entanglement, a complicated or compromising thing, how's that Will's fault? The only thing Will has to eat is the fact that he should have went through. He never should have did it anyway. She didn't. So why would you want to? You get the fuck out of here with this shit. You tell me you don't want to marry me. I bet that's cool. Shit, some weight on my shoulder. Doesn't mean that I'm not gonna fuck with you. But if you don't want to do it, don't do it. Don't make it worse. She's killing that dude mentally. Seriously. Right? I didn't know that as a child, his mom, Will's, was beaten like crazy bad by the father. His. In the book, he just did an autobiography, right? Dude named Jamari on YouTube. My brother told me. If I saw the video earlier, but my brother's always telling me about him. He said, I read the book, and I can see why he does. No, I could possibly see why he did it. Because in the book, he brings up the situation and how he felt about it. He felt like I was a coward based on the shit that I could not fix. Yeah, the mom loves the dad, but the dad is beating the shit out of her. Okay, well, Will loves the woman and wants to marry her, but she don't want to, and then fucks him over later. It's the same shit. What I just said is emotional. The first part is physical. This is emotional. The physical shit is fucked up, right? That's some real fucked up shit, right? Just getting physical and beating people's asses and shit. And then that ends up affecting your mentality based on how you feel about the person that's beating you all the time. It's going to change. It's not going to stay the same. It's not.
Okay. So you can't just use me for social media and not, don't just start rolling. I'm standing in my house. Don't just start rolling.
Please watch us stare at the red table,
no doubt.
because she's helped us a lot. Can't you tell?
You know how people look a certain way in movies, and it's like, damn, I never really looked at it like that, or whatever the case, right? Like they look like they're built for the evil role that they play. LL Cool J, In Too Deep. He made motherfuckers scared of him in that shit. Y'all remember how the movie started? This motherfucker took the dude to the bathroom, him and his homies, and beat the shit out of him and they cut his tongue out. Yeah, now go ahead. Yeah, now go finish the job. He threw it at her. Or the infamous on the pool table pool stick shit. Will convinced everybody that if he wanted to play this role and motherfuckers need to believe it, oh, he did a great job. Round of applause. All right, he knocked it out. Same thing with Juice and Tupac. Man, it's like they were saying he was so real with his shit. It was like you felt that that's who he was off the set. That's how serious he was about the role, right? This is the opposite. He played a role on the movie, but that's not really who he is. He doesn't look like that outside of it the whole time. No. But it's flipped with her. She's never done fucked up evil roles, but look at the face she's making when she did something in real life. She looks like a, come on, man. Like,
The
get
day
the fuck out of here.
Don't just start rolling.
Please watch us stare at the red table, because she's helped us a lot. Can't you tell?
What did she help you with? What? Oh, no, I know. She helped you use, she helped you convince Will that what she did was not cheating. Just call it entanglement. But even on the show, Will was like, entanglement. Okay, entanglement. She's like, yeah, that's what it was, entanglement. No, the fuck it was not. Solely. Yes, it was an entanglement. Right? But you get extra points, and I'm talking about on some negative shit, for doing something the way that you did. You really made it compromising. You really made it complicated. You've made that man feel so much fucked up. He's been dealing with so many emotions over family shit. His mom, dad, his immediate family, himself, wife, and kids. How do you not sympathize with his actions? Not the fact that he did it, but what caused it. How do you not? You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Like, this is some hoe ass shit. This is ridiculous. But as I said earlier, this is what did it for me. Man, look, you could take it. Look, divorce. She won't have. I don't give a fuck. Get the fuck out of here. Bye. Seriously, bye. Let's see how you do when you can't duplicate the shit that I do. Who the fuck has been talking about Jada Pinkett since the 90s? Nobody. Will, Independence Day, right? Men in Black, 3 of them. Bad Boys, 3 of them. And I Am Legend, possibly 2. Hit TV show, she never had it. All those movies, never had them. All the publicity and the good things that come with your acting ability, never had them. None of it. That lasted the way his did. Actually, no, it's safe to say none, because it's like, yeah, you look good and all that, but apparently your looks are not the only thing, because you ain't been doing shit for a long motherfucking time now. So I wonder why you're not doing it. But hell, back in the day, a lot of motherfuckers was like, man, she look good, she banging, I do that in a heartbeat, and it's like, yeah, so y'all gonna say that same shit now? I didn't think so. No, I don't think. It's like, nah, I don't think so.
The day after her 37th birthday,
this is Hiroshima or Hiroshima. 2 ways to look at it. I don't know how to say it. But anyway, this is that. This is one of them.
Hired a team to orchestrate her 40th birthday. 7th birthday.
Because she's helped us a lot, can't you tell?
The day after her 37th birthday, I hired a team to orchestrate her 40th birthday.
This motherfucker planned her birthday 3 years in advance. 37 going into 38, 39, her 40th birthday, that's 3 years. And look what happened.
I had hired a documentary team. I traced Mommy's family roots. Her 40th birthday was going to be my thing.
It was going to be a splash.
It was going to be her 40th birthday. I had hired a documentary team. I traced Mommy's family roots.
That's the the grandmother, not grandmother, but I'm saying like mother-in-law, whatever, right? That's her. Day after her 37th birthday, I'm planning a extravaganza for her. Would somebody have cracked jokes? Everybody does, right? It's almost by default, like it's going to happen no matter what happens, right? Like your intentions don't mean shit to some people. Some people are still going to look at you a certain way, like she did. Okay, documentary team traced her mother's roots. Mary's going to sing at the joint. And what does she say?
Her 40th birthday was going to be my thing.
It was going to be a splash.
It was going to be a splash. Mary J. Blige performed.
Honestly, by Willow saying that, I can't side with her on that one just yet, because you saw Jada's face. It was supposed to be a splash. Smile on her face. Right? Willow said, oh, it was a splash, all right. But again, like that letter is true, then how she feels is the same way her mother feels. Oh, it's gonna be a splash. Oh, it was a splash, all right. And it's like that could be interpreted as, yeah, you basically saying fuck you too.
I debuted the film, all of that. It was going to be the thing that lifted her out of this midlife crisis.
She said her midlife shit hit 40 when she was married, right, with him. Like, so her 40th birthday, that's when the midlife crisis shit started. He just said, I'm trying to get her out of it. You see what it says on the screen? Will Smith needs to let it go. She doesn't love him. No. Women would be dying to have a dude like him that would do it. And she still dissed him.
And it was going to be my deepest, most beautiful proclamation of love. And she's told me that the party was the most ridiculous display of my ego.
Crushed, right? Hiroshima, Hiroshima, that's what that was. Ain't no survivors in that motherfucker. It's over. Like, you can rebuild and do this, that, and whatever the case may be. But the original, whatever it bombed, all of it is gone. See, for me, what did I just say? I'd have been done with her at that point. Right? The ego thing is supposed to be applied to the more recent situation, right? Like, he just all of a sudden did what he was going to do, but never did it before. So automatically you're going to have some thoughts on why did he do it. So if he found out, or not found out, but it's like 3 weeks before the birthday, this is when he starts doing all this shit. Now it's about his ego. Nah, I'm gonna do something, and what I'm about to do is going to possibly ease whatever tension she has toward me. I gotta fix this because, whatever. This motherfucker did this shit for 3 years. She was with Alcina for months. You shit on the two things that would kill the average dude. There was a picture where, if it's attached to that, her birthday, she's sitting there crying. You cried at the wedding. I don't want to marry him. You cried at the birthday party. Yeah, because he did something that's about his ego. Even if he did do something for his ego, it still would have to involve him caring about the person that he did the shit to. If I don't fuck with you, how much of my ego is going to make the situation better? It's not, because I'm not going to be around you. I'm not. Wish a motherfucker would come to me talking about, look, I wish a female would come to me talking about, I don't want to be with you because of whatever. Bye. Okay. We're in agreement. We're good. No, we're not good. We're not good. You know what I'm saying? And then it's like, okay, the letter. Dear Tupac, I know you are alive someplace. Why is she saying that? Because years had been going by about Pac still alive, and he's in this country, he's on this island, he's doing this, and yada, yada, yada. That's when you know when she was writing it. That's how you know when she possibly was. I know you are alive someplace. I think my mommy really misses you. Really? You think she does? Will felt like he couldn't compete with him anyway. He had to find a way to ignore that shit. You know what I'm saying? And just move on with the situation. Can you please let me see. Can you please come back? let's see here. Can you come back? So yeah, can you come back so mommy and me can be happy? If that's true, then the mom made her feel that way. Why won't you say some shit like that to the actual man in the situation? In the situation involved. You're talking about a man you don't know shit about and had died years before you were born. How the fuck do you even know about the relationship her and your mom and Pac had because she won't stop talking about it. But she'll keep dissing Will though. She's praised him more than she's let me see. No, yeah, okay, no, she has praised him more than this, but the severity of what's going on, they don't compare because what she's been doing is so severe to the relationship. It's like she knows what she's doing. Really? A woman would have took what he did for her birthday so crazy, it would have made no goddamn sense. She'd have been bragging her ass off. This woman sitting there crying, talking about it's about his ego. I'm going through a midlife crisis. You're going through a midlife crisis because you don't know what the fuck to do with yourself. That's why. That's the whole point of that. It's like midlife. You know what I'm saying? What am I going to do? How I'm going to handle this? How I'm going to do that? And it's like, yeah, your midlife crisis is your fucking problem. You're the one that's causing all of this shit to go down. Now, you notice she never says anything that Will's done, which means he didn't do anything. But she's so good at making him feel like shit, whether he had something to do with the situation or not. Fuck you and the birthday thing. Fuck you and the open relationship thing too. Yeah, I know we negotiated. I know we agreed on it and talked about it. I know we did. But guess what? I don't care because I'm going to bring a guy around you for months at a time. I'm going to make sure that the setup is involving me and you helping him. That was deliberate. You mean to tell me she had no idea she wanted to have sex with August Alsina while he was around Will and Jada? You mean to tell me Jada didn't know that? Really? You do it, and then you bring it on social media and never say anything about what he did. That's a common sense act. That means he didn't do nothing. This stems from the I don't want to marry you shit. This stems from the open relationship she wanted. But then when you do it, you're blaming it on him. Talking about it's a midlife crisis. Well, you need to go fucking find yourself then. Because he already did. He's the one doing all this shit because of you. That's why everybody's been saying the same thing. She does not love him the way that he does, and she does not love him, period. Because the person that loves someone is not going to do not one motherfucking thing that Jada's been doing over these years. Not one. None. Look, you think my mom does some dumb shit like that with my dad? I already told y'all this shit, man. They've been married for 38 years and never done anything that Jada's done. Or any other wife for that matter. Wouldn't do the shit Jada's done. I mean, boy, I'm telling you. Yep. Hold on. Did I miss anything? Yeah. Different. Yo, that was my shit too. I love that show. You know what I'm saying? Like, I genuinely did. I can watch it to this day. Yep. It's always more than meets the eye. You know what I'm saying? We just have to hopefully find out what that is. And if not, I mean, a lot of people, like I said, reading it into this, it's not hard to see how fucked up it is. Okay? Now, I'm done. I'm going to leave it on this note right here. The open relationship. Again, two parties agree on something. Okay, parties. I'm going to these different parties. You don't say I'm going to these different party. That don't even sound right. The parties is a plural thing. It's more than one. So if both parties need to agree on the open relationship part, no, hold up. Woman doesn't want to marry you. That's one-sided. She told you that. The open relationship part, that's her saying, I'm in this open relationship because I don't want to be with you anyway. So if I'm going to marry you, I need something that's going to make me feel how I should feel. You have nothing to do with that because there's nothing you can do that's going to fix it. But I'll get on social media and tell people how it was broken because of you. But if it was broken because of me, you know what I'm saying? And I'm throwing you this lavish birthday party and you diss me. What the fuck is what? Come on. The devil himself couldn't even explain this dumb shit. I'm not married. Never had kids. I bet you I'm breaking this whole thing down better than someone that has kids does. I promise you. Because if you've been around the right people, you know what's right and what's wrong. Period. Even as an adult, you automatically know. Right? So if you sign a contract and break the contract, you don't get in trouble, right? For any business. Okay, well, if you agree to an open relationship, it's involving the woman and the man. Boundaries need to be discussed. Things need to be spoken on. We need to just be honest about the whole situation. Well, the boundaries part you broke. The being honest part you broke. And then everything else in it. It's broken. You broke the agreement between the both of you. There can be an official agreement between two people shaking hands or writing out a contract about something that you're obligated to take care of. What happens when you don't, you know what I'm saying, live by those obligations? What happens? Hey, that's your ass. I mean, that, know what I'm saying? Boy. Let's see. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, I'm saying like it's I wouldn't even necessarily say that she did it. It's possible that she did. But again, from what I've read so far, when this was written, if it was really written by her, it was around 11 years old, right? She was born in 2000, so that's 2011, right? Okay, well, Pac died around that 97, 98, 96, 98, 7, 8, 98 years, right? You were born 3 years later. You write the letter 11 years later, talking about something that you have no business speaking on because you never saw the guy. All you keep doing is hearing about how she misses him. Okay? So we're not happy in the relationship, right? Jada and Will aren't. She continuously talks about Tupac around her, the daughter. She's not looking happy about it. It's not, and check this. It's not about that, not about Will doing something wrong. She's just not happy about being with him. We've already spoken on that part. If she's doing that in front of her daughter, what do you think her daughter's gonna do? Don't side with her. She's not happy. They've been married, right? They're married at that point. She's not happy. Well, why don't you go tell your dad about that instead of writing a letter to a motherfucker that doesn't, he's not alive. He's not here. And they were never in a relationship. So what kind of relationship are y'all talking about here? The open one, right? Or the one that should have never taken place anyway? Like she said, I want to marry you. Like I said, if she wrote that, she's fucked up too. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like you took enough time out of your hands to write somebody that's not alive, and then and because of your absence, she's just so distraught of not being able to talk to you and be around you and this, that, and the third. Why don't you go tell your dad that shit so it can be fixed possibly? What is writing a letter to Tupac gonna do? What is it gonna do? Really? You're acknowledging that she's not happy with your dad, but you're not talking to him. You're talking to a guy that has nothing to do with it. Period. 97 or something like that, right? She wrote the thing around 11. That means issues obviously before 11 years old, 10, 9, 8. Regardless, it's a good decade after his death. At least a good decade. You know more about what could possibly be going on if she's not happy about being in a relationship because she missed Pac so much. I have to keep saying if she did it because, it is what it is. But you're kind of confirming that it's his fault because you're writing to somebody else. Pac didn't help give birth to you. Will did. That's your dad. You hear your mom cry about Pac. She's not happy. Can you please come back to make us happy? That's basically saying mama don't want to be with him. So can somebody else come replace him? And guess what? Now the letter is being put out after all the shit that Will is dealing with. Who put it up? Who? And mind you, I think she did do it because she did something for his birthday, like 50th, I think. She wrote this, I ain't ready yet, but this big poem and all this shit. Oh, she just loves that so much. That's not even comparable to him planning that goddamn birthday party. It's not even close. He did more for you, more than your thoughts could explain how much you felt for him. He did more for you because he wants to be with you. You say, fuck you, no, because I don't want to be with you. And I talk about Tupac too much. God damn. Man, like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, listen, it's funny. And you're right about that. Yeah, but I'm saying I read into shit a lot. She's on side with her mom, right? So if I say that was fucked up for what you did then, can't nobody get mad at me for saying that? Because you knew enough to want to write a letter to a man that made your mom feel better more than your father can. So how am I wrong? I can't be. It says it in the letter. She's not happy. Can you come back so me and her can be happy? Please. You think Will saw that? I don't think so. I don't know. But let's just say that he did and he forgot about it or something like that, right? And then this shit goes down. Yep, somebody gonna put it up there to make you feel 10 times worse again. We're gonna make you feel why you should have never did it, and we're gonna make you feel how bad you should be for what you did. You think he wants to hear about how Jada said fuck you for my birthday? And because of your party, I'm going through a midlife crisis. You think he wants to hear that? No. You think he wants to see a letter from his daughter talking about, can you please come back to help me and mama be happy again? Do you think he wants to see that? No. Do you think he still wants to hear about August Alsina? No. But who put him in that position? Jada did, not Will. Will did not do nothing with him. His wife did. And she basically was trying to condone what it was that was going on between the two, knowing that she doesn't want to be with him that way. You know what I'm saying? But again, if I'm Will Smith, I'd be happy to divorce your ass. You could go ahead and take half. The money that you making, I could probably make at least half of that, if not more, with movies that I can do. You need my money more than I need you. Facts. You ain't living the life that you living because you popping like that and you've been like that since the 90s. No, you're doing that because of me. Listen, and who's to say, and that's not to say that she couldn't do it on her own. No. But you didn't want to marry him. You making him look like a clown. All right, well, let's go ahead and separate this shit and see how you really can handle it. Seeing you think you almighty and you can just say and do whatever the hell you want. The lifestyle that they live is because of the lifestyle that he wants to have based on the movies and things that he's done. I mean, come on, man. Like, he eclipses anything she could do. And that's how disrespectful she is. Like, I mean, that's what your okay. Well, let me see if I can really make it sound, legit. Someone could say you can't say nothing bad about a child that wrote a letter to somebody, or you can't say nothing bad about a child, period, in regards to mom, dad situations, family situations, shit you're not a part of. No, like, no one tolerates anybody saying something to or about kids, right? Okay, no, I get that. That's like one of them, that's an unwritten rule. Everybody know that, right? I'm not going that far. But what I'm saying is she had enough going on in her head to hear complaints, see in tears and whatever she was doing. And I'm going to write a letter talking about how she's so hurt. It's because of you. It's because of a man I don't even know. But I'm going to write the letter anyway because that's how she feels. Again, if that's the case, why wouldn't she just go to her dad and herself and tell him? Why are you telling the guy that's dead? That's because she's making him do that. Her do that. If this shit is legit, mom is making her daughter feel a certain way, knowing good damn well that she should not be thinking that way because the shit is fucked up. You know what I'm saying? She's detrimental to that relationship and Will's mental state. Mom got beat up by my dad. I'm definitely gonna make sure that ain't nobody gonna violate anybody in my family. And she's doing all the violating. Men are supposed to handle their responsibilities, and you're supposed to do X, Y, and Z because that's your job. If you didn't want to be a part of that, then you should have never got her pregnant or this, that, and the third. Will exceeded all the expectations of people that feel this is what a black man or whatever is supposed to do. He just, you know what I'm saying? Like, above and beyond. He's doing it. He's doing exactly what everybody's telling random dudes to do. Just regular people. He's doing it times 10. This is the reason why I don't want to hear nothing about no black community, conscious community bullshit. That shit's false. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm done now. Speaking on that, let me see. How can I put this? Okay, yeah. The reason why I don't believe in that shit, right? Is because, like, Will, it ain't like, okay, he'll hear my video, be like, yep, that's exactly what I'm going to do. No, I'm not going that far. I'm not saying all that. What I'm saying is he really needs to smarten up and understand that he never should have married her in the first place. Period. None of this shit would be going down. She might be able to still talk shit about him based on the whole, well, he's not around thing. Well, what did I just say about that? That's what he did. Because we hear it too much. So this is me. This is what I'm going to do because I believe this is the morally right thing to do. That's what he did for her. And all she does is fuck with his head. I'm going to fuck you over, but then I'm still going to explain how it was okay. Based on the agreement between the two of us. Those are the people I hate with a passion. Get the fuck out of my face with that shit. I don't want to hear that. Nobody's ever gonna come across me with some stupid ass shit like that. And I'm just gonna sit here and be like, yep, you know what? You are absolutely right. No, the fuck you ain't. Bye. No, you are not. You get the fuck out of here with that, man. That ain't happening. Like I said, my folks, 38 years, done, you know, been through a whole bunch of shit. These two, I don't even think it's 30 years yet. And look at the shit they're dealing with. They're supposed to be as private as anyone could be. But she's going out to the public embarrassing him. It's just like with sports, okay? NBA, the game's over. One of the players has a horrible shooting night, right? Bunch of turnovers, trying his best, but the game is just horrible. That's like the coach coming out at the press conference and calling out that particular player, right? Now, is what he's saying wrong? No, he's just pointing out what went wrong in the game, right? But you don't single out the one person. You don't do that. You don't keep that shit behind closed doors. It's not supposed to be made to the public like that. Because the person is going to feel like, oh, shit, like, damn, it's like that? You're going to put me out there like that. You didn't even bother to come say something to me first. You just went to the press conference, said it, and then came back, you know, afterwards talking to me about it. No, you're supposed to do that first. And if it's really that fucked up, then you can say something next time. It's like, if it's really that fucked up, why are you still with him? Why are you still with him? Why are you still with a man you already said you didn't want to marry? Why? Why are you still with a man you didn't want to marry and then you ended up cheating on him? Well, no, it's not cheating. It's part of an open relationship. Well, guess what, geniuses? For those who don't understand that, because I already broke it down, go look up the definition for entanglement and tell me what you find. That's just like what I was going to say earlier about Africa. Like, I'm tired of hearing that we're from Africa shit and, you know, we need to go back there. Guess what? Black community already has a whole bunch of emotional issues any goddamn way, physical too, you know, gun violence and drugs and this, that, and the third, whatever. Okay. But I read an article the other day about Africa. Right? Pre-slavery days here in the United States, but pre-slavery days. For those that don't know, Africans sold Africans. Let's just go 10 years. All right. What, 16, 19? So 16 on, okay, yeah. Let's go back 10 years. That's a good enough timeline. They were doing it then. They were selling their own people. Well, we're all African. We're all descendants of Africans. Never said that we weren't. But the problems that people are having today in the black community goes hand in hand with the bullshit that them motherfuckers did over there back then. Do y'all realize that they sold their own people? They even had their own slaves. But here's the amazing part about it. They had their own slaves. And to rationalize and make it sound like it's a good thing, they had rights too. Now, again, go look up the definition of what a slave is or being enslaved. And it's not going to tell you anything about rights or anything good that comes with it. No slave has rights. That's the reason why they're slaves. You don't have the right to do shit. But you have rights based on what they said. Why the fuck would I want to go back to a country that did the same punk ass shit that motherfuckers are doing these days? You know what I'm saying? Why would I do that? Why? I'm not from there. The whole ancestor thing, yes, they are. But guess what? The whole ancestor thing, I promise you, the ones that died in Africa, that stayed there and died there, I promise you they wanted to leave that shit. But I'm a slave with rights. So you know, I'm good. They're not doing anything wrong to me. Yeah, y'all forgot I got rights. So how can they do something wrong to me and I have rights? The same way white folks have been doing shit to black people here in the United States up until we got rights. So we got rights now. They will probably say to themselves, okay, well, now they can finally shut up because they have rights. So there's no way in the world that they could bring up any problem about black people not having the good, platform to voice how they feel about the severity of certain situations. We gave them the rights, so they're not allowed to talk about anything no more. Just like Africa. Well, yeah, we had slaves, but they had rights. That's rationalizing your fucked up ass way of thinking. That's what that is. They ain't no fucking slave with rights, man. Come on. Really? That's the country that people need to go back to, right? You want to go back to a country that's doing the same shit you can't stand white people doing. Been doing it since the 1700s, 1600s, right? Remember that. We can't stand that. White folks want us to shut up about that, right? They can't stand it. But then when they get mad, they want to bring up modern day slavery. We can't talk about it at all. But they can bring it up. They don't want us to talk about how detrimental they were to an entire race of people. But when they get mad about something, they can then bring up the same shit they don't want us to talk about to help them out. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, okay. Gotcha. So how can white people be racist after 64? They gave us rights. I mean, come on, man. Slavery ended years ago, and now they have rights. So they have no reason to bitch and complain. That's a fucking lie. That's 100% not true. It took them over 300 years to give black people rights. We get them. You actually think for 1 second that we're just not going to acknowledge the shit that you did wrong or are currently doing? Really? We gave you something, so now you can shut up about it. That's it. Exactly. I'm saying that's what I'm saying. Well, all these people bitching and complaining about CRT. CRT's been out since the 70s. They didn't start talking about CRT until last year. Making laws and bills and doing all this other shit. Why the fuck weren't y'all doing that dumbass shit 20 years ago? It's been out for at least 40. What's that mean? That means you didn't know nothing about it or you did. Right? For the ones that did, shut the fuck up. You've had plenty of opportunities to say something. You just didn't do it. So you're going to find a way to spin what, I'm saying, like CRT is supposed to be. You guys are going to take that, spin it, and make it worse. Just like Kaepernick. Kaepernick did the one knee thing. He did a little press conference thing after it in the locker room. Right? And he told everybody under the sun, everyone that saw it and heard it, I'm doing this for a particular reason. There is no reason for you to say anything other than what I'm telling you right now. What happened after that? Trump went up on stage and dissed the shit out of him, twisting the whole thing around, making it seem like he's disrespecting veterans. How stupid can you be? And motherfuckers believed him. That's basically what he did. Oh, what Kaepernick said was the truth, right? But what Trump did on his own, because he knew people would roll with him, I'm going to lie about what he was saying. I'm going to twist the whole shit up and make it because you took the knee. You know what I'm saying? National anthem and all that shit. That's when he took the knee. So they're going to get on him for the knee because he's not representing and saluting the troops. And it's like, okay, well, if you're 100% right on that, I'll roll with that. Okay, fine. What about when he explained to everybody why he was doing it? What happened? You know what I'm saying? What happened when he did that? Oh, you're still disrespecting veterans. and police don't do this, and da 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 da. And it's like, come on already. That's what I'm talking about. African sold black people. They had their own slaves. To make it sound good and legit, we're going to just tell everybody that these slaves, you know, have rights. Now, hold up. I just want to make sure I got it. No? Now, a person, slave, now this is the definition. A person who is the legal property of another and is forced to obey them. Now, let me say this, okay? Your property. How many people since slavery have been property of other people? In the United States of America, who has been property outside of us after slavery? Who? Nobody. Also, you want to know why no one, you know, that never took place? Because rights were already being written, right? These things right here will break down who has rights, who should be respected, who's equal, this, that, and the third. How do you have rights when you're somebody else's property? The property can't speak for themselves. Property has never been able to do it because slavery all over the world is wrong. There's nothing good about being somebody's slave. Nothing. You've seen the movies and cartoons and shit. Every slave that you see has been disrespected and belittled. Every time. Every single time. That's what a slave is. But they had rights. Okay. Just wanted to I just wanted to, you know what I'm saying, just end it on that note. Oh, trust me. You know what I'm saying? Like, trust me, like I did at the time. I don't remember every word, but the knee thing, it's stupid because he can do that, but that's disrespectful to veterans, right? What about that Charlottesville shit? And when he said that there are good people on both sides, well, the person that got killed, the person that was hit by the car, I'm pretty sure he didn't like that person. What do you think? Oh, he was just so in love with the person that he killed by running them over. You had racist ass motherfuckers walking up at night, walking with like fucking tiki torches and shit, talking about Jews will not replace us. I'm sorry. What the fuck do they got to do with this shit? This didn't even involve a Jewish person. I'm talking about what happened that started the Charlottesville shit, right? I can't recall the person, you know what I'm saying, the nationality, whatever, the person that got hit by the car. No, but even if I did, what good people are on both sides when one side is clearly favored to be the bad guy in the situation? Like, you don't even have to do any digging to figure that shit out. It's right there in front of you. Bad people doing shit, good people doing shit. Oh, but we do have good people on both sides. He said that punk ass shit. The same thing that he just said last year, right? I think it was last year. Earlier this year. No, it might have been last year. But anyway, Young Turks, right? Watching that shit. Their little story that they had was, let me see, what did they say? How'd it go? Because I just lost the train of thought. Okay, you know what? Forget it. Like I said, I was going to end it like this. We all know that black men have been looked at a certain way. And we're not even talking about white people. We're just talking about just within the race itself, right? We're always hearing about how black men are supposed to do the right thing when they're not doing the right thing, right? Happens a lot. Everybody knows that, men included, right? But how can a man that I mean, just really like, you know, just took it through the roof. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever type of things were attached to him or attached to black men involving getting someone pregnant, taking care of your kids, whatever's attached to him, them was not attached to Will. Not one part. He did everything that motherfuckers can't stand dudes doing when they knock somebody up and they gone. Will did none of that. And he's been hated on for years. What is a man supposed to do when, like I said earlier, you see your mom be beaten, you couldn't do nothing about it. You marry somebody, she don't want to marry you. She forces you to be in a relationship that you, in the article that I read, that's not how he was brought up. That's not what he believed in doing, but she did. She does all this shit. She didn't want to marry you. Wants an open relationship because she wants to have sex with other people. Obviously, not as much as you. Because of the open relationship, she brings a guy into the picture, but does not tell you that's who he is. That's the open relationship guy. But Will never knew that because Jada never told him. Oh, but she told him after she did it. Yeah, she did it. Then got the fucking nerve after this shit's done to be at home talking about, yeah, you see how much the therapist fixed this, that, and the third. What the fuck? What therapist? Who? You the one that went up there running your mouth. So the therapist told you to do that? Really? Don't ever do something that's connected to somebody else. I don't care if that's your wife or husband. It makes no difference. If y'all having issues, you don't go to the person that's obviously one-sided in the situation. You went to a therapist to explain an open relationship? Really? All right. He really needs to get rid of her. I'm sorry. She got to go. Because I promise you, he will be praised for it when he does it because everybody's getting kind of tired of Jada fucking with him. And he's still doing something. You want to know why not that many people are going at him? Because again, black men are already stereotyped as doing certain things after they get a girl pregnant. Bad things, nothing positive, all negative. They get it a lot. He does the complete opposite, and he gets no love for it, none. Well, you're not supposed to be praised for something you're supposed to do. Yeah, but I'm not supposed to be disrespected either. You're not supposed to disrespect me because I'm obligated to do something that I already know I need to do. You know what I'm saying? I don't need you to tell me shit else. Nothing. We beat down the guys that do it, but don't praise the ones that do because that's what they're supposed to do. So we're talking about the ones that leave. This is what they're supposed to do. And we have the right to say that. Get mad about it. This is the reason why black men do this. This is the reason why black men are perceived to be this way. And we say all these dumbass stereotypes that don't benefit the person involved. Obviously, they're not good because they left. But that's what we do. And then kill the guy that does it. He doesn't do what, you know what I'm saying, the other guys are getting ragged on for. Being dragged straight up. None. He didn't do nothing like that. And he's being beat up for it. That's it. That's all I can say. I'm saying, look, and even if you do, right? This is what I can't understand about people. People always getting on social media and talking about negativity so much. It's like that's all they care about. Just like on here, all that bullshit that I had to keep hearing from people last year and shit. Come on, man. Like, how pro-black can you be when every time you get into it with someone that is black, it goes overboard? I mean, badly. For real. So, and I could bring up examples, but I'm past that. I don't care. I don't care at this point. That none of that shit has anything to do with me anymore. So, I can't sit here and fuck with people that do that, especially when they do you dirty anyway. But I'm not. Yeah, I'm done. I've been done with that. But yeah. Appreciate it. I'm about to bounce though. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to bounce off here. I meant to do this. Well, not this one right here because the video came out yesterday, or 2 days ago. But I've been wanting to talk about it. I just felt like I don't know. I didn't really have much in me to make it, believable. Like this is what's going on. Everybody been talking about Will and Jada shit. Everybody. So if I was going to talk about it, I really needed it to stick out. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to sit here and just talk about shit and how I feel and, whatever. No, I'm going to do that, but I'm going to bring up examples. I'm going to bring up numbers. I'm going to bring up as much as I can to make my shit stick. If I can't do that, I'm not going to talk about it. Because all I'm doing is what everybody else is doing. And I don't gossip and talk shit. So you're not going to hear me do that. So I need definitive reasons for doing shit that I do. So I had enough information for this live. So, yeah, that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? Hey, if that's aimed at me, I get it from the people that don't believe in doing the shit that other people do. And then they try to, again, rationalize what they're doing. Make it make sense to everybody else, even though people across the world don't do the shit that some people feel is okay. Why? Because it's going to complicate things later. Once the person finds out about some shit that you did, and then they try to explain why they did it and make it seem like you're the reason why, that's what that open relationship does. That's what happened. That's it. She's smart. I give her that. Now, I can't, I don't have all the proof and all that, but I don't need to. All you need are examples. All you need are definitions. And all you need is you living your life long enough that you can articulate your life combined with the definitions and examples and things of that nature. You don't need to be the smartest motherfucker on the planet with a degree to do any of the shit that I do. Period. All you need are facts combined with what you know. So if you know what I'm saying? Like if you know a word, but you don't clearly know the definition of it, you don't know how, like, okay, I'm pretty sure a lot of people learn this in school. What some teachers would tell you is take the word that you know, right? Go get the definition of it and tell me if the definition fits where the word was. Like take the word out and just put in the definition. If it fits, that's what, you know what I'm saying? Like that's how you find out what certain things mean. Plug it in, plug another part of it in, not the word, but the definition itself. Okay, again, like the last part, the entanglement part. Complicated and compromising situation, right? Well, Jada's complicated and compromising situation involving August Alsina fucked up the relationship. I just took the definition and said what she did with it instead of just saying the word. That's it. Real simple. You know what I'm saying? Like real simple. Real simple. Real simple. Okay, I didn't see that part. Oops. Oh, no, I mean, it's weird though. You know what I'm saying? Like I people saw it, so it's cool. All I need from people is to see what's what. I know that I'm telling the truth about shit, and people know that too. So if someone comes at me in a disrespectful manner, you know they're not respectful at all. You can be a respectful person, but disrespect somebody that you don't you know, you don't agree with. I don't agree with what this person is saying. You know what I'm saying? I respect probably what they're saying, but I don't agree with it. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, yeah, I didn't have much of that. That was obvious. I would get the, yeah, we respect you part, but then crack on the personal shit that make somebody pissed off. That's a conscious black community? Really? Nah, man, not me. You know what I'm saying? That's these niggas running with they homies, and that whole my daddy wasn't home shit, that plays a role in it too. You know what I'm saying? But I never needed some shit like that to go out and fuck up people because my dad wasn't home. So I just went out and ran with gangs and this, that, and the third. It's like, wait a minute, you did all that shit because your dad wasn't home? What about the mom? I could have swore that she's the reason that you are alive in the first place. What the fuck? All that shit about, well, you know, a dad can relate more to the son more than the woman can. That's true. But if we're sitting here saying that a black person, a child, does all of these fucked up things because his dad wasn't home, what are we saying about the mother then? She's not fit to raise him because she don't know what it means to be a man, right? So she can't relate to him. Okay. You know. So, you know, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? It's like the pod song saying, keep your head up. It's like that song is not about dudes that bailed the fuck out. It was about the women that are going through situations. So keep your head up as much as you can. That's what it means. That's what that was. Pac did whatever he did, but he did it and respected his mother at the same time. I'm not, yeah, well, I did all this shit because my daddy wasn't home. He didn't give a fuck about him any goddamn way. Why would he? Because I'm sitting here respecting the person that's around, not the motherfucker that's not. You know? So that's the end of that. What I just said is the flip side of Will and watching his mother beaten all the time. Right? Well, I saw my dad do it all the time. So, you know, hey, that's all I knew. That's no, the fuck you didn't, man. Shut up with that bullshit. See what I'm saying? You see how that shit don't apply? It doesn't apply when it's still negative. So Will sees it and doesn't do it. As a kid, he sees it didn't work. It made me feel a certain way. How do you think she felt? So I'm going to just go out and I'm going to just go do the same shit my dad did to my mom. My dad was in the house. He was a part of the household. He was in my life. So you're going to do everything your daddy does. That what you're saying? Because see, 1 minute is I'm doing what I'm doing because my dad's not here. I don't have that father in my life. And da-da-da-da-da. But if he is in your life and he's fucking up family members, including your mother, now what? He's home now. He's in the house. So what you gonna do now? You're gonna do all the negative shit because he ain't there. But he's doing the worst to your mother. So what are you gonna do now? Do you see how that this shit don't make sense sometimes? I'm not saying it don't make sense 100% of the time. But it doesn't make sense the majority of it. He didn't make a song talking about, dude, keep your head up and this, that, and the third. Like, no, that's not what that was. You know what I'm saying? He made a song praising the women in the situation. You know? So if he could do that, and Will can see what happened to his mother and come to terms with what's going on and how it's affected me, I'm not going to do the same things he did. That's not going to happen. And he still got shitted on. That's it. So, choices. Yep. That's true, but here we go. I say that, but I end up saying something. Oh, yep, that's the last part. I'm gonna say something else. My dad didn't have his. Like, I'm just giving people examples of shit that don't apply. It doesn't apply to everybody. That's what I'm saying. Like the whole dad thing, that does not apply. It does not. I don't give a fuck what nobody says. 100%. It does not apply to every single kid that didn't have his dad in the household. You're a victim of circumstance. You're a victim of your environment. You see all of these things. Well, hey, I see all of these negative things: pimps, hoes, drug dealers, killers, gangs, all of this shit. We all know that all those things are wrong. So you joined the wrong shit because your dad wasn't home. You know it's wrong, but you do it because your dad's not home. What? That does not make sense. My dad didn't do that. He didn't have his around. Why didn't he do it? My dad was gone for a particular amount of time when I was younger because he was in the army. So I still could have did the same dumb shit because he's not home. It was years. Why didn't I do anything? See, that's what I'm saying. Like, I can't listen to situations that involve people who make bad choices, right? They do bad things. They know they're doing bad things and making bad choices, but they're doing it because their dad is not around. So again, with Will, his dad was around beating the shit out of his mom. Well, your daddy's home. Why doesn't he do the same shit his dad did then? If we're going to sit here and say that men should not get a pass because their daddy wasn't home, no. They do bad things. They kill people. They sell drugs. They do drugs. They beat women. They do all of this shit because their daddy's not home. You're not supposed to do all that stuff. Because if my dad was around, he'd have taught me to do the right thing and this, that, and the third. I understand all that. But the main thing is when they're not there, that's why these kids do what they do. Okay, fine. Well, if he's there and this is what you see him doing, and the only reason you do all this other shit is because he's not there, what are you going to do now as you see your dad always beating your mom all the time? The fuck are you going to do now? Your daddy's home now, right? What are you supposed to do? That's why I said it doesn't apply to everybody. It doesn't. That's what I'm saying. Like, what I'm really saying is this. Stop using excuses to excuse the bullshit that you do wrong. Well, my daddy wasn't in the house. So that's why you joined the gang. And it's a gang of people that beat people up for no fucking reason because they wore the wrong colors or some shit like that. You did all that because your daddy wasn't home. Really? You sold drugs and did what you did because your daddy's not home, man. If somebody would have told me better, I would have never did it. You already fucking knew that selling drugs was not a good thing. Why the fuck did you do it anyway? Really? Yeah. Again. You know, Math Hoffa said it on his shit. When there's choices, there are no victims. How are you a victim of negative shit that you're a part of? You chose to be a part of something that's going to affect someone else in a more negative light more than you. What good comes from gangs these days? Nothing. Period. Nothing. Nothing at all. And people know that. So if you know that they're not positive gang members and shit, like, why would you join something that involves making other people's lives worse than they already are? And then blame it on your dad because your dad wasn't home. So because your dad wasn't home, you decided to go terrorize other people and rob them and do what they do because he wasn't there. Oh. So you're not going to live your life as a mid 20, 30 year old guy because he wasn't there? Really? Is that what you're supposed to do? That's bullshit. My dad didn't have that. And it forced him to do what he had to do even more to take care of the family that he needed to raise. His daddy wasn't home either. Well, guess what? His daddy wasn't home, but he became a better one. That's some enlightening shit, right? Not really. It's just common sense. We can't apply it to everybody. We just can't. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers need to be held accountable for their actions and the shit that they doing that are fucking up everyone else's lives. So that's it. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm good now. You know what I'm saying? I got it all off my chest now. So yeah. But yeah, I'm good now. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to get on here. You know what I'm saying? And speak my piece. Say what I had to say. You know what I'm saying? Because yeah, but anyway, like I said, you know what I'm saying? I'm good. And I appreciate everybody. You know what I'm saying? Whoever's in it, who was in it, who watches it later. Appreciate you being in, listening. One of the longest ones I've done so far. But usually when I'm feeling a certain way about something, I can really talk about, you know, who it's affecting and why, and really break it down and just talk a long time for it. That's why I don't talk a lot, because there are things out there I can discuss, but it's like, I don't know. If I'm not really feeling it, then I'm not gonna do it. You know what I mean? So that's all that it is. But appreciate everybody listening. And I'm gonna get off this joint. And I'm saying, you know, that was the whole thing. Like, I could have spoke on this, but I just felt like I needed something else to really give me a better way of explaining it. So I did. That's what happened. So did the best that I could with it. But I'm a bounce. And you know, appreciate y'all watching that, you know what I'm saying? And I will check y'all later.